just want to start out, congratulate the San Francisco 49ers. You know, they played well today, and we didn't play well enough.
Yeah, I mean, we just weren't very consistent. First half, made a couple mistakes personally that hurt us, and kind of let it get away from us.
You know, he was under some duress. You got to give them credit. They switched up a couple of tendencies on third down, and we didn't have good plays called for a couple of those early third down situations. You know, and that's a credit to them. But I thought overall, I thought he played really well. You know, he hung in there. He was making throws. I mean, he was competing. He was giving us a chance at the end of the game.
That definitely didn't help. We're gonna, cut that to 2 scores there, a minimum. So yeah, that was much like the 4th down stop the first time we played. That was a big turning point.
I think it just depends how you're built. I mean, you look at the Niners, and they got a great defense, and it's tough to score a lot of points on them, especially when they're at full strength like they were tonight. And so they relied on that, and that's why I had a pretty good feeling of how this game was going to play out in terms of what they were going to try to get done, and we didn't stop them.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's a little raw right now for sure, but it definitely hurts, I'd say, a little more than early in the career, just because you realize just how difficult it is to get to this spot. And with all the changes this offseason and with all the installation of a new system and a new program, to get to this point, you felt like it was something special because it just didn't really make sense. We weren't picked by most people to win our division, and we found a way to not only do that but win a home playoff game and get to this spot. Just kind of felt like it was meant to be almost. So that is a little disappointing, a little more disappointing. Then you realize, I don't have the same number of years ahead of me as I do behind me. So it's slightly more disappointing.
I'll tell you what, there's one thing that I can say about our team is these guys are a bunch of fighters, and you don't always get that. When you're down 27-0 and these guys kept battling, I just can't tell you how much that means to myself, to our staff. These guys care about one another. That's why it hurts so bad.
The way things went today was just, again, kind of a microcosm of our season. The inefficiency caught up to us a few times and put us in rough spots. I love our guys and the pieces that we put together. I think we need to continue to find those niche guys like the Tyler Irvins that we brought in. Those guys are obviously really important. Jared Beldier, Mercedes Lewis. There's a lot of guys I'd love to see back. Brian Balaga. Those guys have been really important in our success. But the one thing that is constant in this game, as you all know, is change. And I know there'll be some changes this offseason, but the exciting thing is that I really have a lot of faith and trust in Brian and his staff. And I think Matt deserves a lot of credit for the way that we performed week in and week out. I mean, he would set the vision every week. Very simple messaging. And, with his leadership and empowering guys the way that he did, and with Brian adding pieces as he did this offseason and will continue to do, I said it last week, the window is open for us. And that's the exciting thing. It doesn't make this feeling any easier, but that is very exciting moving forward.
Ultimately, I really think this game was about 2 things. It was the inability to stop the Russian attack and then the turnovers.
This one will always be special because it became fun again.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.